If you walked into a typical Singapore home for the very first time, a few things would probably stop you in your tracks. There would be objects you did not recognize, arrangements that made no sense to you, and little fixtures you had never seen anywhere else in your life. And yet every single one of them is there for a reason worked out over decades of living in a hot, humid, crowded, and brilliantly practical city. Today I am going to walk you through 21 weird things that almost every Singapore home has, and more importantly, I am going to tell you exactly why. Some of these will surprise you, and a few might just make you wish your own home had them too. Let us begin. Number 1. A metal gate in front of the door. Behind the solid main door sits a second open grill gate. Here's why. It lets the family leave the wooden door wide open all day for a cool draft, while the locked gate keeps the home secure. Fresh air and safety at the same time, instead of having to pick one. It also lets neighbors wave and chat through the gate, keeping a sense of community alive even high up in a tower. Number 2. Bamboo poles sticking out of the windows. Long poles jut out high above the street, draped with drying clothes. Here's why. In this warm, breezy climate, the sun and wind dry laundry in hours for free, with no electric dryer swallowing power. It is cheap, gentle on fabric, and gives whole neighborhoods their fluttering skyline. There is even a quiet skill to it, balancing a heavy load of wet clothes out of a high window without dropping a single sock to the street far below. Number 3. A small reinforced room people call the bomb shelter. Every modern flat has one, with thick walls and a heavy steel door. Here's why. It was built for safety in an emergency, but families turned it into a pantry, storeroom, or study, so a space for the worst day works hard on every ordinary one. With a shelf or two added inside, it becomes the kind of deep, secure storage that a small flat would otherwise never have anywhere to put. Number 4. A spray hose beside the toilet. A small handheld nozzle hangs within easy reach. Here's why. It is more hygienic, gentler, and saves an enormous amount of paper over a year. Once people grow used to it, going without feels strangely unfinished, which is why nearly every bathroom here has one. Visitors are often baffled by it at first, and then quietly won over before the end of their stay. Number 5. A pile of shoes outside the front door. Footwear lines up neatly on a rack in the corridor. Here's why. Shoes stay outside, so the dirt of the city never crosses the threshold. The floors stay clean enough to sit on, and cleaning becomes a quick wipe instead of a daily battle against grime. It is also simply a sign of respect, a small ritual of leaving the outside world at the door before stepping into the calm of home. Number 6. A small red altar low on the wall or floor. A little shrine with offerings sits quietly in many homes. Here's why. It reflects deep family traditions of respect and remembrance, a place to honor ancestors and invite good fortune. It costs no floor space and carries enormous meaning for the people who keep it. Number 7. A ceiling fan and an air conditioner in the very same room. Both hang there, side by side. Here's why. The fan runs cheaply all day to keep the air moving, and the air conditioner is saved for the hottest hours or for sleeping. Together, they keep the home comfortable without a frightening electricity bill. Most families will tell you the fan does 90% of the work, and the air conditioner is a treat saved for the very hottest nights. Number 8. A plastic pail and scoop in the bathroom. A bucket sits in the corner with a small dipper inside. Here's why. It is a traditional, water-saving way to wash, scooping just what you need, and it doubles as a handy tool for cleaning the floor. Simple, cheap, and surprisingly hard to live without once you're used to it. It uses a fraction of the water a running shower would, which over a year quietly adds up to a real saving. Number 9. Window grills that look almost like a cage. Sturdy metal bars cover the windows. Here's why. They let the windows stay thrown wide open for airflow while keeping the home secure and young children safely inside. High up in a tower block, they turn an open window from a worry into a simple source of fresh air. Parents of young children especially sleep easier knowing the windows can stay open all night with no danger at all. Number 10. A narrow service yard behind the kitchen. A small utility space hides at the back. Here's why. The washing machine, the mops, and the mess of chores all live there, out of sight, so the main home stays calm and ready for guests. It keeps the working part of the house politely hidden. Step through the door, and you would never guess the laundry was halfway done, because the mess of it all lives quietly behind the scenes. If you are enjoying this little tour, please take a second to subscribe, because the next batch of these is even stranger and even cleverer. Number 11. Stacks of metal tins called tincat. Several round containers locked together into a tower. Here's why. They carry a full multi-dish meal in one neat stack, keep it warm, and are endlessly reusable, making it effortless to bring home-cooked food to work or to a relative across town. Long before the world worried about single-use plastic, this little tower of tins was already the perfect zero-waste lunchbox. Number 12. A giant thermos flask on the counter. A tall vacuum flask sits ready all day. Here's why. It keeps water hot for hours, so tea, instant noodles, or a warm drink are ready in seconds without boiling the kettle over and over. It saves both time and energy in a busy household. Boiling a full kettle 10 times a day wastes far more power than most people realize, and the humble flask quietly solves that. Number 13. A dehumidifier humming away constantly. A small machine runs in the corner, slowly filling with water. Here's why. The air here is so damp it warps furniture and grows mold in silence. The dehumidifier pulls liters of moisture out each day, protecting belongings and keeping the home fresh and dry. Empty the tank in the morning, and you are often astonished by just how much water it pulled silently out of the air overnight. Number 14. Cool tile or marble floors, never carpet. The whole home is hard underfoot. Here's why. Tile stays cool in the heat, never traps dust or moisture, and wipes clean in a single motion. In a climate this warm and humid, thick carpet would be a sweaty, moldy nightmare, so hard floors win every time. Number 15. A drying rack hanging from the ceiling. A frame sits high overhead, lowered by a cord. Here's why. Laundry dries in the warm air near the ceiling while the floor below stays completely clear. On rainy days, when the outdoor poles are useless, it quietly keeps the whole family in dry clothes. Number 16. Little plastic stools dotted everywhere. Short, lightweight stools appear in kitchens, bathrooms, and corridors. Here's why. They are cheap, easy to move, and perfect for everything from washing vegetables to letting a child reach the sink. In a small home, furniture that is light and flexible beats heavy furniture every single time. Number 17. 2 kitchens, a wet one and a dry one. One enclosed space for heavy cooking, one tidy outer counter for light tasks. Here's why. The strong smells, steam, and grease of serious cooking stay sealed away in the wet kitchen, while the dry kitchen stays clean for drinks and snacks, keeping the whole home fresh. Number 18. A mosquito coil or an electric swatter on hand. There is always something ready to deal with insects. Here's why. In a warm climate, a single mosquito can ruin a night's sleep and carry illness. A coil quietly keeps them away, and the satisfying electric swatter handles the ones that slip through. Number 19. A free calendar from the local shop or temple. A bright paper calendar hangs on the wall. Here's why. Handed out each year by provision shops and temples, it is practical, free, and often beautifully printed, marking festivals and lucky dates that matter to the family. A small, useful gift that becomes part of the home. Number 20. An old biscuit tin full of sewing supplies. A familiar round tin sits in a drawer, holding everything but biscuits. Here's why. Nothing useful gets thrown away here. A sturdy tin gets a second life storing needles, thread, and buttons, a small, thrifty habit passed quietly down through the generations. Number 21. A shoe cabinet by the door that doubles as a console. A slim cabinet near the entrance hides the shoes and holds keys and a plant on top. Here's why. In a small home, every piece of furniture must do more than one job. This one keeps the entrance tidy, stores the footwear, and greets you with a calm, clear surface the moment you step inside. So there you have it, 21 weird and wonderful things that fill a typical Singapore home. Each one strange at first glance, and yet perfectly sensible once you understand the why behind it. And that is really the heart of it. None of these things are random. Every one of them is an answer to a real problem. The heat, the humidity, the small space, the busy life, solved quietly and cheaply by people who simply paid attention to how they actually live. The longer you look, the less weird they seem, and the more you start to wonder why the rest of the world has not borrowed them already. So tell me down in the comments which of these surprised you the most, and which one you would happily welcome into your own home. I read every single comment, and I love hearing your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Take good care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one.